So here's a problem. The length of a rectangle is a two-digit number with identical digits. The width is 1/10 of the length, and the perimeter is 2 times the area of the rectangle. Find the length and the width. Okay, so before we can get started, we have to remember the important formulas. So the perimeter of a rectangle is length plus width plus width. Then the area of a rectangle is length times width. Okay, so it says that the length of a rectangle is a two-digit number with identical digits. We'll get to that in a minute. So let's just call length L, okay? L equals length. And then width, well, they say is, width, well, they say is 1/10 of the length. Okay, so let's call width 1/10 L, because width is 1/10 of the length. That's where I'm getting it, 1/10 of the length. So we got L equals length, width equals 1/10 L. Okay, but they're also saying that the perimeter is 2 times the area of the rectangle. So let's go ahead and write it out. So the perimeter is equals 2 times the area. Okay, so just to reestablish, we're just setting up things. So these are the important formulas that I think you should know by now: the perimeter of a rectangle as well as the area of a rectangle. Okay, so it says we don't know the length yet, so we're just going to call L for length. We don't know the width, but the width, it says it's 1/10 of the length, so I put 1/10 L. Then it is also saying that the perimeter is 2 times the area of the rectangle. So perimeter equals 2 times the area. Okay, so let's just go ahead and solve this out. Okay, so if you see right there, the perimeter of a rectangle, L plus width plus width. Okay, so here's the length, so we have L. So let's go ahead and write down the formula of perimeter. L plus L, because that's right there, our length, which is L, because we don't know L yet, so we got to use L. But we have the width plus width, right? L plus width plus width. So L plus L plus 1/10 L, remember that's our width, plus 1/10 L, okay? So L plus L plus width, just like the formula, perimeter of a rectangle, equals 2 times the area of the rectangle. So here's the area of the rectangle formula. Since we don't know the length, we just write L times the width, which is 1/10 L. Okay, now we just go ahead and solve this out. Okay, so what is L plus L? You get 2L plus, okay, 1/10 L plus 1/10 L is 2/10 L, or 1/5 L. I'm going to go ahead and reduce it. So I'm going to write 1/5 L right here equals, what do you want? Yeah, I'm filming a tutorial. All right. So 2L plus 1/5 L equals 2 times L times 1/10 L. Okay, so if you want to know how I got that 1/5 again, keep in mind 1/10 L plus 1/10 L equals 2/10 L. I'm going to go ahead and write that right there, 2/10 L, but you can reduce that to 1/5 L by dividing each side by 2. Okay, so 2L plus, let me go erase that, that's a little misleading. So 2L plus 1/5 L equals 2 times L times 1/10 L, because you know length times width, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and solve this out even more. Okay, so what is 2 plus 1/5? I'm going to use my calculator for that. So 2 plus 1/5. Okay, I got 2.2, and I'm going to do math 1. I got 11 over 5. Okay, we can add these together because they both have like terms. They both have L, so we can add them together. So I got 11 over 5 L equals 2 times, okay, so let's do 1/10 L times L. Okay, so that would be 1/10 L squared. Do you see how I got that? I did L times 1/10 L. Since this doesn't have a number with it, it's just by itself. You still multiplied by that L. So it would be 11 over, let me go ahead and write it much better for you. So 11 over 5L times 2 times 1/10 L squared, okay? So what is our next step? We have to find the length and the width of the rectangle, I'm sorry. So right now we're solving for the length since we already got all these L's. So our next step would be to first keep multiplying everything together. Okay, so we're going to, so we already have this side done. 11 over 5th L equals, then we have to multiply 2 times 1/10 L squared. So we would have 2 over 10 L squared, right? Okay, do you see how I got that? Now our next step is to divide each side by L, okay? So because we got to get the L by itself. So divide each side by L. Okay, so we would get 11 over 5 over here equals 210L. You see how I got that? Okay, and if you want, you can just go ahead and reduce that 210 to 1/5. So I'm just going to go ahead and write 11 over 5 equals 1/5 L. Okay, so now we just have to solve for this L right here. So what do? I want to go ahead and get rid of the fractions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply each side by 5 so I can get rid of these fractions. So let's move it over here. So 11 over 5th equals 1 over 5L. So multiply each side by 5. Okay? 5 over 1 actually, because that's the same thing. So then we can just cancel these nifty little 5s out. See how they're all gone? You get 11 equals 1L, which is the same thing as 11 equals L. So if it's saying that our length is a 2-digit number with identical digits, didn't we just get that? Right? So there we have that. Okay. So now we just have to solve for the width. Okay. So the perimeter. So let me go ahead and film that. Let me try to find the width.